Hi, I'm Andy.
I'm Jo, and this is the first of our monthly intermediate plus classes
yes.
where we're upping the level of difficulty.
Tips and tricks. So we did, what did we do today?
We did our reversal side-by-side dip.
Yeah, so this one.
Most people will be familiar with the regular side-by-side dip.
Shum.
This one?
This one. This one has a slightly little different play. It also starts like a pass-by. So if we go into a pass-by, a 1, 2, 3, and 4 connecting up here. So we're getting this nice strong connection by 4, 5. So from there, we can go into this nice little cool side lunge.
So a couple of really important tips. At this point, I can feel Andy's really increasing the tone in his arm, so I'm going to match that. And that means that we are tightly locked in, so that when Andy leans, we're in control. I can bring a leg up, I can tap it across, but I never lift my leg up because that makes me very difficult to manage.
Or throw back or anything like that. Same with me. I don't over-commit to that lunge as well. So otherwise, Jo will just fall or something will happen. So again, I'm just coming down and Jo is perched on my thigh, and then I can just step back up. So it's a nice safe dip.
Yeah,
From
so
this
we'll
side,
show you from this side.
a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You might come up with an extra couple of counts. Jam it out. That's how you would do it.
You can choose to hold this, but we generally bounce in and then bounce out, and it just has a nice little flow.
Yeah, cool. And then we moved on to fancy deluxe mega turn down the line.
Yes,
with,
we sometimes call this a tango dip. I don't know why. It kind of looks a
lunge.
bit tango-y, or a lunge dip.
Yep, or lunge with drags. So
Yes.
this has got drag steps with a little air flick at the end.
Mhm.
It's wonderful.
So let's show the whole thing.
Whole sequence goes a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can do it through 8, and then you've got a nice sort of count, and then you can sort of stand back up and go into another swing out.
Yeah, so there's a fair bit of technique in this one. Andy wants to do some move like a swing out that will get us into a nice double hand, and then he leads me to open.
1. So it's this nice open, but I'm maintaining a straight position here to track my follow, ready to go.
I'm looking at my lead because I don't know what's happening next.
It's quite a big opening as well, because this is going to build up a lot of energy for a inwards turn down the line flick into this lunge. And that lunge is just lunge like so leads. So I'm actually nicely bent.
Couple of really important things for the leads. Whenever you're doing any traveling turn, you always give the direction to your follow and then the rotation. If you make it kind of muddled together, your follow may not turn the way you want them to.
And by saying that, it's like milliseconds
yes,
difference.
real quick.
So it's
1, 2,
direction
3,
flick,
and
turn
4.
down. And then we go drag, drag, and we hold here. So I'm onto my left foot here. And then from here, we do a little shoo. And then we can stand back up and go out.
Yep. So in those, when we get to that lunge position, if we could get there and just stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this point, I'm aiming to be touching. So our bellies are touching. If we're not, that's okay, but we're going to both have to work harder to maintain our balance.
Yes.
So here is better.
Yeah. It's not a body slam. This isn't, sort of like a bros thing. And again, nice sort of this
High hand hold.
high hand hold, ball
And a
release sort
grip.
of position, because it adds to the drama of this sort of movement of shum, ha, and you get this sort of contra body shaping.
Yeah.
But we didn't go into contra body, so we won't go into that here.
Tips for the follows. When I feel Andy doing the drags, I want to take as big a step as I can, and I'm actually in control of my own weight. I'm not really leaning on Andy, but he is helping with my balance.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take as big a step as I can, and I'm going straight at him. I'm not going to try and go around or avoid him.
Yeah, better to err on the side of a bigger step than a smaller step than the lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, if I'm taking too big a step and the follow takes too small a step, then the gap widens and
That's when you get unbalanced.
Yeah, and it all falls apart, and then you get tripping and falling.
So do we want to talk about the flick?
The flick. So just to explain for the leads, when we're in this position here, it's not a kind of, it's not a pelvic
It's like a pelvic thrust.
Yeah. It's a up and down. That's all it is. It's just this nice little rolling motion that brings the follow up. And that up lifts the follow, gets the leg to go like so.
Yep.
So from there, we go into 5, 6,
drag,
7, 8.
And I did stress that for the leads, your follow may do this flick quick or slow. Make sure you give them time to settle back into their balance before you try to dance out of it. Otherwise, if you catch them off guard, you could both fall over.
And at that point, it is up to the follow because it might be a musicality thing. You hear
I might hear something I want to do.
A great song for that might be something like Bill Bailey. There's this wonderful bit at the end where you hear these "Come on home," and you got this big moment. You might do a flick or a drag, or the Ethel Ennis one, which I played before, which has the wonderful click. If you can hit that on the click,
awesome.
It's great.
But as with any dips, be safe. We do recommend that you make sure that you only do, especially these more advanced dips and tricks, with people you know well, that you know are okay with them. If anybody's got any back injuries or anything, just don't. It's not worth it.
Yes, final little thing. Yes, test your dip first with someone. So think maybe side dip, always a good one. It's nice, it's simple, it's safe. You can
That
basket
went well. Okay, then you can try the more hard.
Maybe you might go into a koala dip. Again, nice, simple. Okay, I've measured. They're comfortable. If a follower is throwing themselves into a dip, that's usually where I will abort and not do dips at all.
Yeah.
And use dips wisely and safely on the dance floor.
That's it.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.